Let me ask you a question. What does plant-based eating on a budget mean to you? Does it mean having to sacrifice taste by only buying the cheapest seasonings and fresh produce to make bland, three-ingredient meals? Or is there something much more to it? Here's the good news. There are many easy ways to save money while enjoying a plant-based diet without needing to live on flavorless meals and a limited selection of plant-based foods. And one important key is knowing smart produce storage and stretching hacks after you buy and bring home your fresh produce. That's why on today's podcast, I want to share with you some key money-saving hacks you can use to extend the shelf life of scallions or green onions. We'll also take a look at what they are, their health benefits, and how to pick and use them in meals. These hacks will even save you some money on future grocery trips. So if you're ready to stretch your food shopping dollars and get the most out of the plant-based foods you buy, listen in. Welcome to the Plant-Based Eating Made Easy podcast. I'm your host, Anna Zinn, plant-based registered dietitian and transition coach. Hi friend, do you want to regain your health with plant-based eating but feel overwhelmed and lost about how to do it? Do you feel it'll be hard to change your meat-heavy diet and impossible with working, running the home, or chasing after the grandkids? If so, you're in the right place. Here you'll find simple strategies, clear nutrition guidance, and practical tips to help you thrive plant-powered with more energy. So if you're ready to ditch the guesswork and transform your health the stress-free way, cozy up now with a hot cup of tea or listen while you walk. And let me show you how doable plant-based eating can be. Let's do this. Sometimes, life can get so busy that we're just in survival mode. We're busy trying to keep the routine, work, cook, tend to family members, and keep everyone healthy. Often, just getting a good night's rest with minimal pain can already seem like a big achievement. I know this has certainly been the case for me during my husband's academic school year. He had a busy college teaching schedule the last 2 terms, and I was left to hold the fort and keep things functioning at home with the children, home, and meals while continuing my business. It's during these times that I'm thankful for all the practical meal prep strategies and easy whole food plant-based recipes I already knew to keep things going smoothly. So I know how busy life can get. And when you're in the midst of it, you don't have much time and energy to spend on doing plant-based diet research and trial and error on recipes and to figure things out in a diet transition. That's why I created the online Plant-Powered Life Transformation course to provide a one-stop place where those wanting to make this diet transition can find all the essential tools, knowledge, practical strategies, and simple plant-based recipes they need to make this lifestyle change and truly transform their health. This way, there's no need to waste time and limited energy scouring the internet to piece together information and try recipes that you're not even sure will work. I also made this course self-paced so you can move along without feeling stressed or under pressure, but will always have a clear step-by-step roadmap in front of you to transition smoothly from a meat-heavy diet into a plant-powered one. I'll show you what key kitchen tools and equipment you need for fast and enjoyable cooking, more money-saving produce stretching hacks, and the best way to prep and cook with key whole plant-based ingredients. This way, you'll be able to not just easily master the basics of a plant-based diet, but also learn how to sustain this new lifestyle from now and into the future in real life. Go to plantnourish.com/PPLT course or see the link in the show notes to learn more details about this course. Now let's talk about green onions. First, what are they really? Green onions, also known as scallions, are part of the allium family botanically, which includes garlic, shallots, leeks, and chives. They have long, thin, hollow tubular green leaves or stems growing directly from a white bulb that doesn't develop much. Here's a fun fact. I know these names often get used interchangeably, but spring onions and scallions are actually not the same. Though spring onions look similar to scallions, they have a much larger bulb. Now, do green onions have health benefits? The answer is an absolute yes. Green onions, and in fact all members of the allium family, such as onions, garlic, leeks, chives, shallots, and Chinese chives, are beneficial to consume regularly. Why? Because these contain many bioactive compounds, such as organosulfur compounds, polyphenols, dietary fibers, and saponins. The flavonoids in alliums, particularly flavonols, have been shown to have important antioxidant, anti-cancer, hypolipidemic, anti-diabetic, and antimicrobial activities, as well as heart and brain protecting properties. Not only that, these vegetables contain steroidal saponins, secondary metabolites that can play a role in the body in helping to lower blood sugars, reduce inflammation and platelet aggregation, fight tumors, and more. Allium vegetables have also been found to have beneficial effects against cancer and have been considered as chemoprevention agents to reduce prostate cancer risks. This protective effect appears to be related specifically to the organosulfur compounds and allyl derivatives within allium vegetables. Are you impressed yet by their numerous health benefits? I know I am. So how do you use and enjoy them? Green onions or scallions are used around the world in different ethnic cuisines in many varied ways. For the most health benefits, consume scallions raw. But, of course, you can use them during the cooking process too, if you prefer. Scallions generally have a milder taste than most onions, so they work great chopped and added into salads, salsas, or used in Asian recipes. You can dice and put green onions into soups, stir-fries, sandwiches, and even into noodle dishes and curries. Why not just add a little into the next smoothie you make? Another idea is to just dice and use some to garnish your dishes before serving. There are many ways to use and enjoy green onions. So if you want to eat and enjoy them, but not have them go to waste quickly, how do you store and get the most out of them the next time you buy a bunch? Well, here are a few smart produce stretching money-saving hacks you can use. The first hack is this: store right. If you're not planning to use the green onions immediately in a dish or recipe, you'll want to store them well so they can last at least a few days and stay fresh for when you want to use them. So here's what to do. When you buy green onions, they'll usually come in a bunch with at least 5 to 6 pieces and the roots attached. Pick a bunch with perky long green stems that look vibrant and fresh, and preferably without any decaying segments. Once home, follow these 5 simple steps. First, examine the bunch quickly and remove any long stems that have already started to decay or look slimy. There may not be any, depending on the bunch you pick and bring home from the store. Step 2 is to lightly pat the green stems part of the scallions dry with a kitchen towel or paper towel, because you don't want this portion to be wet or too moist. Step 3 is to loosely wrap the green stems portion in a small piece of dry paper towel. Next, step 4. Wrap the bottom portion of the green onions, the bulb and root ends, in a small piece of damp paper towel. This will keep the roots of the green onions lightly hydrated. Finally, step 5. Place this whole bunch into a closed zip plastic bag, then refrigerate. Doing these steps will help keep the green onions fresh and green for more days. Now here's the second hack. Save the bulb ends. Do you want to double the lifespan of your green onions? If so, that's super easy to do. When you're ready to use the green onions in the recipe, cut off most of the green stems, but leave the bulbs and about 1 to 2 inches of hollow tubular green stems above the bulbs intact. Next, place these bulb ends in a glass jar with the roots well submerged in water. Leave this glass jar on the countertop, kitchen dining table, or in a sunny spot by the window. Change out the water every few days. Soon, in likely less than a week, you should have a fresh crop of green stems to harvest and use in your next recipe. Yes, it's that simple to regrow the green onions. No need to buy another bunch at the store. Now, 2 key things to remember here. First, don't stick the roots of the whole bunch of green onions directly in a glass of water, the moment you bring them back from the store. It won't work. Why? Because I've tried this before and it was a massive fail moment. The long stems of the green onions started wilting within a day and I couldn't salvage them. I think the reason for this is that the small roots from the bulbs of the green onions are not developed enough to support all the long green stems. So only try this hack with the shorter bulb segments. The second thing to know is that this method will only provide one more crop of green onion stems for you to harvest. So if you want to save more money and harvest more from one batch of green onions, use hack number 3. Here's hack number 3. Plant the bulb ends. You'll only need a small pot to do this, and it's so fun to watch them regrow. You'll also get to enjoy more opportunities to harvest green onion stems over a longer period of time. How do I know this? Because growing up, that was what my mom would do, and it worked beautifully. Whenever she needed green onions, she would send me to the big pot outside the back door of our home to cut off some of the green stems for use in her dish. So here's what you need to do. When you're ready to use the green onions in the recipe, cut off most of the green stems, but leave the bulbs and about 1 to 2 inches of the delicate green tubular stems above the bulbs intact. Next, plant these green onion remnants with the roots into a pot of soil and place the pot near a window. Water periodically, then watch the green stems of the scallions grow over time. Trim off the tubular green stems from time to time so they don't get too long and to stimulate continued growth. My children love watching these green onions grow and getting to harvest some for me when I ask them to. So today we discussed some simple yet effective produce stretching and money-saving hacks to get the most out of the green onions or scallions you buy. We also looked at what green onions are and some of their health benefits as part of the allium family. Now here's an action step you can take. Pick 1 or 2 of these hacks to try the next time you bring home a bunch of green onions. If you enjoyed today's episode and want more money-saving and produce stretching hacks, check out the online Plant Power Life Transformation course. This one-stop 6-module online course gives you more produce stretching and money-saving hacks, teaches you essential skills and tasty, simple-to-make whole food plant-based recipes to help you enjoy plant-based eating and save money, time, and energy while doing it. You'll also walk away with transition success keys, flavor hacks, and know-how to prep and cook with whole plant-based foods with confidence, so you can easily transition to eating Plant Power for life and transform your health for good. Go to plantnourish.com/PPLT course or see the link in the show notes for more details. Thank you so much for listening. If this podcast has inspired, encouraged, or helped you in some way to transform your health, I would love to hear about it. Please take 30 seconds to rate and leave a written review on Apple Podcasts to let me know. It will encourage me so much to hear how this podcast has positively impacted and made a difference in your journey towards wellness. And share about this podcast with a friend or loved one so we can all thrive in the best health. Remember, plant-based eating can be easy and doable. See you in the next episode, my friend.